If you're working remotely for a client that's in a different country, maybe as a freelance or a contractor, and you are wondering where to get paid, how to get paid, and how to avoid the greatest amount of fees possible, this video is perfect for you. I kept searching for this topic online a lot, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of information regarding this topic. So I had to do my own trial and error with many different companies, banks, and systems. In this video, we will touch upon my trial and error with different bank accounts, understanding the biggest mistakes people make and how to avoid them, and what I have found works best around the globe. There will be some tips and tricks involved. This video has no sponsorships whatsoever, and I don't even have the monetization turned on to keep it 100% clean and honest. So if you can support me by liking, subscribing, I would really appreciate it. My name is Ilse Zamarripa and this is the Worldspace. Here's my story. I have lived in different countries and I change banks a lot. Not always changing banks, sometimes just keeping accounts open around the globe, using them whenever I need to, and also using credit cards so I can have a positive credit history in as many countries as possible. Different sources of income. I have a Patreon account where I keep my viewers updated with the film industry, animation. We do live talks once a month. I also have my website where I give private mentorship. I have free options and courses like how to go viral in LinkedIn. I sell merch. I also work as a freelance artist from time to time, and I make some money here and there from many different sources. At the beginning, I was on my very own and I kept trying to adapt to the needs my client had. If the client was used to PayPal, then I would get a PayPal account. Or if the client was used to paying with Payoneer, I would go and get Payoneer. Or Stripe, I would get Stripe. So basically, I had plenty of apps in my phone for banking. I still do, which is not bad, but my finances could get really stressful from time to time. Now, let me tell you about my greatest liabilities as a freelance artist. Liabilities can be defined as a thing for which someone is responsible, especially a debt or a financial obligation. By far, my biggest liability are taxes. Let me break down this real quick. While working as a freelance artist, I get my paycheck full, and then I am the one who needs to deduct from it and pay taxes according to the percentages established by the country I am living in. Because of the taxes and all the natural transactions I have to do with my money, it seemed more convenient to me to get my money deposited directly into my debit card from the country I was living in. So I used to get my net profits, everything that I was earning, transferred internationally from the bank of any client directly to my debit account. I was using a Scotiabank debit account to receive my money. I lost so much money due to this. The fees were sky high and it didn't make sense to me why I was losing all that money every single transaction. And that's why I advise you to always have a balance sheet where you can track your profits and your expenses, have everything clear and written down. The problem was not my Scotiabank or their bank. The problem was the type of fees that are applicable to international transactions. When money goes through borders, you lose a lot of it. That's what happens. But I want to teach you how to make the best out of your money. I went around, I asked a bunch of friends that worked internationally, and I found TransferWise. Now it's just called Wise, not TransferWise, just Wise. You may or may not have heard of it, but there's a trick to use the system in a more wise way. Wise is a platform that works as a peer-to-peer transfer company. They don't physically transfer the money from country to country. They match the transfer going in the opposite direction, saving the need for money to cross borders. That translates into better rates and lower fees. They give out one free international transfer using the link that I will leave you in the description down below. Make sure you use it. Is it secure? Yes, they're an extremely secure option since they have financial services licenses all around the world. They are also regulated by investment commissions. Safe. How does it work? Simple. You just set up an account and you can send or receive anything up to $10,000 US. But I promised you a hack, right? Here is the trick. What I did is I set up my account. I opened different balances for different currencies. What I advise you to do is open a balance that matches the currency of your client. So if I want to work for a client in Australia, I will open a balance in Australian dollars. Or if I want to work for somebody who's in France, I will open a balance in euro. Wise provides you with the account details which look exactly like opening a bank account in any country. You're given an account number, an address, an institution number, a transit number, and so on. You give this information to your client. Then once they transfer that money into that account, you send that money to your debit account in your country. So for instance, if I am living in the US and I am working for a client in Canada, for example, I open a balance in Canadian dollars and have my client deposit there. It is a local money transfer, aka less fees. Then I send that paycheck to my debit account in the country that I'm living, in this case US. In the Wise website, you can change the currencies, set how much you wish to pay out, and it will give you a little fee. In this case, it's $9.59 Canadian dollars. It tells you the rate and how much you would get if you decide to send it. One thing that shocked me is the amount it says the recipient gets. Recipient is the exact money that you will receive, not 1 cent less. That was shocking to me. It will take a couple of work days, and then once that transfer is done, your bank, which is receiving the money, they may charge a small fee, but it's nothing. It's like something around $20 per international transfer. This is awesome, and the magic is that you get so much more money because a lot of fees will be waived because of, all this process. I know friends in the US, in Canada, in France, in Mexico who use exactly this technique, and it works. It always works, like a charm. There is another thing that I really enjoy about Wise, and it's that when I go to the website, I type the money that I will send, the coin, and it tells me the exact exchange rate they have for that day, for that moment. And I also have turned on a feature that's very smart. I really love it, which is that TransferWise will send me an email when some currencies go up. So it becomes more convenient for me to transfer the money to myself. So whenever the client has transferred the money, I wait. I wait some days. I track how the currency is looking, and I aim to transfer that paycheck to my debit card so I can receive the most amount of money, taking into account the mid-market rates. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below if you know any other smart methods to transfer your money. I would love to know them. Don't forget about the link down below so you and your friends can get a free international transfer. I've used it myself. There is nothing not to like about TransferWise. I love their service. Even the interface is quite user-friendly. I have happened to have a doubt and they respond fairly quickly. It is definitely the best option that I have found so far for international money transfers. If you have more doubts about this or about your finances, you can always book a private meeting with me through my website, theworldspace.net. The first one is free. Make sure to check it out. Thanks for watching and keep learning, you beautiful wise people. Ciao. And there is nothing not to like about TransferWise. Finances. Don't forget about the link so you and your friends can get an international transfer. I've used it I am the one responsible to deduct from it and pay taxes according